Hello, it's Sheila the Grateful Goddess, and I have a new toy, a aerial hammock. So you might be seeing a lot of it because I'm a little addicted to it. But this message that I have for you today is one that I think is super important that we can easily overlook. And I had a conversation, actually it was an over 2-hour conversation with a friend this morning and her husband. They were both on the line, and they were talking about how they had just traveled cross country to meet up with her 94-year-old mother. And that when she got the call from her brother, he said, if you want to see Mom, you better come now because she's dying. And so they jumped in the car, drove across the country, and realized she was dehydrated. And so they, and she hadn't been eating as regularly, so she had dropped, dangerously low in weight. And so they got her hydrated and well fed, and she gained 10 pounds, and she's doing well. And the reason for this message to you, like, what does this have to do for you? Is that what they were telling me was that she just kind of forgot to do her own self-care. And that is the foundational, bare minimum of self-care, is good food, good water, and plenty of sleep. And yet here we are in this COVID time in which things can easily go towards, not as great of food or not eating at all because you forget, like, it really depends on what in fact, what did I hear? That depression can lead to eating poorly a lot, and despair is not eating at all. So it is paying attention to our emotions, doing the self-care of reflecting on, what does my body need right now? Does it need rest? Does it need sleep? Does it need water? Does it need food? And what kind of food? Does it need meditation? Do I need to still my mind? Do I need to turn off the TV? Do I need to quit the doom scroll? What does my body need to come into good health? I think that we all can do so much, and so often for women especially, we can see self-care as selfish, which it is far from selfish, because you know that when you fill yourself up, when you are balanced, when you are grounded, when you are feeling good, that's when you can pour out and help others. If you are pouring out and helping others from a depleted cup, you very literally could die, right? Like, they weren't joking around about the fact that she was close to death, and yet it just needed an extra dose of self-care, self-love, and connection. So this message to you has two parts. One is for you to not feel guilty or whatever emotion you may have around self-care. Know that it is foundational and absolutely necessary. And part two is, if you know someone who lives alone or may be struggling, please reach out. Because when people hit depression and despair, it is really hard to reach out for help. And so just know that, like, this is a time where we're going to need to be more vigilant in checking in with all of our loved ones and making sure that they're well cared for. Okay, that's all. Mwah. Love you. I didn't see you there. I didn't hear you.
Yeah. Sheila in her cocoon.
It's good.
Yeah.
It is fun.
Yeah, you look like you're